More conflicting statements from the Iranian government about the Christian pastor facing a death sentence. Pastor Youcef Nadarkhani is convicted of apostasy from Islam and can be put to death at any time. However, a statement on the Iranian embassy's website in London says the court has not issued a verdict. Therefore, quote, the allegations of the death penalty are unsubstantiated. Meanwhile, an Iranian news agency quotes a local official saying the pastor has been convicted of Zionism and threats to national security, both death penalty offenses. Human rights groups say the regime's conflicting statements could be a sign that international pressure is working.
And joining us now from our Washington bureau is Jordan Sekulow of the American Center for Law and Justice. The ACLJ is working with Pastor Nadarkhani's legal team. Jordan, what about these new statements and charges from the regime? What does it all mean?
Well, the embassy statement is ridiculous, but also an interesting sign. We know for a fact now that the Iranian leadership is on record. They know that they're acknowledging he's in court. They're acknowledging he's in prison. They're acknowledging Pastor Youcef exists, and that's something they didn't do a few weeks ago. So that statement alone, now it's ridiculous how they say they renounce the reports, because we provided all the documentation from their Supreme Court of their country, translated from Farsi into English. All the news outlets have the CBN News has got it. And it's clear he was never charged with anything other than apostasy. And because of that, now you've got Iran scrambling. But I'll tell you, the charges of Zionism, the charges of being a traitor, the charges of extortion, if you go through Iran's execution records that the UN keeps every year, you see this unbelievable amount of those kind of crimes people being executed for. And what human rights groups agree on is that those are mostly political and religious dissidents who are, Iran comes up with some normal sounding criminal charge to execute them for. So it's a very troubling time. We expect a verdict if the court is on schedule sometime in the next 24 hours. If we don't, it could be like the last time he was at this stage of court, where it took months.
Wow. Well, as the pastor, is he in even greater danger now?
I do believe when the Zionist charge came out, that's being a traitor, that's being a spy, Iran could, this is a possible scenario. We could find out today or tomorrow that he's been acquitted of apostasy, charged with being a Zionist, and that's it. You know, this is a totally different case. He's now a spy for Israel. I mean, that's the worst word you could be called in Iran. So I do believe that as of what we're speaking right now, his life is in more danger than it's ever been. I believe his legal team, his attorney, is under more threat of arrest than he's ever been. Okay. And that's because, he's got a 9-year prison sentence hanging over his head. He has not appealed yet because he's been working to keep the pastor alive, which we could confirm as of yesterday that he was still alive.
What's being done on his behalf internationally, Jordan, real quick?
So we're going to the United Nations the next couple of days. The Rapporteur for Human Rights for the UN Human Rights Council is scheduled, their Iranian rapporteur is scheduled to be there next month. It was just already on the calendar. So we're trying to work with them now. We're an NGO at the UN for them to request from the Iranian government an official meeting with the pastor and his attorney so they can assess what the truth is, since Iran says what we're saying is not correct. If that happens and we're able to get that confirmed very quickly, we may be able to guarantee his safety at least for the next month. But again, those are all options out there, nothing confirmed yet, and we still need to pray like this is our last moment, our last day to work.
We're certainly continuing to stay on top of this in prayer and otherwise. Jordan Sekulow, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.